Greetings, Mickey here with another Astroloot build video, and this time it's Turbine Blades Bulwark, and I reached the 10 quintillion DPS. Like it's actually crazy how far you can scale the damage. I don't see anything I could do to do more. If you have something, post it in the comments or something that I didn't mention that I've already tried. Or in the Discord post, I posted something like that. But I don't see it on this weapon at least. Maybe Railgun can dish out a little bit more. Who knows? I don't think so because Unseen Strike is so OP as a mod. Like it's so strong. This alone makes Turbine Blades already so great. But it needs fewer AoE, can obtain one or two more chips, maybe it's better. I don't know. I won't test it in the near future, maybe later. But yeah, that's the DPS. Pretty much glass cannon. I can show you a run. Like I don't take damage. Usually I can stay around and don't need to move, but maybe something is at the edge and this bulwark is moving too far to the side. It can take a millisecond more or something, like you've seen, because the new movement changes, like impact, of course, the range. If he's on the top here, it takes a little bit range out of the bottom. If you don't want to deal with that, you need a little bit more range. I got the golden number here around 2.1k. That's usually enough, but in a rare case, you might need to click a pixel to hit something remaining. It might happen every few ebbs, like every 10 ebbs or something like that. Or you may need to wait half a second longer. I don't know. It can happen. But for that, just remove something like minions deal 30% increased damage, get 10% increased AoE, and you're fine. Everything is solved. If you really want. So, yeah, go away. Oh man. Okay. No, no, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. Smash this one. Okay, let's cover all the good stuff. It's an Ivy build. Ivy is very strong in general for almost everything. Like it's very strong. Because of this node, symbiotic bond, minion modifiers at play to your ship as well. If you, for example, have a shitty weapon like laser, which has very few scaling options, even Ivy might be an option for you, just so you can use increased minion damage as another scaling factor. And increased armor for survivability, for example. If you don't want to play with Deflector Shield or something, and you play mostly in this area, this node is a way to gain a lot of armor, for example. Easier, at least, than in other cases. But for DPS, it adds another layer of damage, like more minion damage and increased minion damage and minion attack speed. Scales your own damage with it, and that's very strong. Usually, like it outscales many other shits in that regard. It might not be the best one, but keep it in mind. Maybe Ivy is an option for you if you have a weapon that scales relatively bad. Then we got pacifism here, mastermind, and yeah, this one has to be taken. It's not great. So the thing is, with this node, pacifism, I cannot shock with my ship because I don't deal damage. I cannot shock if I don't deal damage at all. That's not possible. But the thing is, if I implement shock and remove this node, shock is still weaker than pacifism. Shock plus guardians is combined 141% more damage, something like that. It's definitely less damage than pacifism. I tested it. Pacifism is stronger than using shock and guardian. Yeah, but this one, grants some less damage taken while a minion is alive. So if you want a little bit more defense, maybe shock and guardians instead of pacifism might be an option for you. And if you want even more defense, you can go for bodyguards instead of mastermind, which yeah, is fewer damage, but you gain the minion armor, the 30% more, and yeah, 30% damage taken is from minions instead of your ship. You can get way tank here. That's why what I wanna say. But that's the class. For the passive tree, I got area, range on several spaces. Yeah, area range down here, this one area, this one range, and then there is area here, range here, and another area, plus a few mods on the chips, like 3 or something I use currently, but I will cover the chips later. First, the gear. I use turbine blades as my main weapon. You can see the stats here. Everything offensive, basically. Minutes deal increased damage seems to be stronger than flat kinetic damage here, so I use that one. I made a few changes. Maybe it's even worse currently. That's something I have to test maybe and squeeze out a little bit more. I mean, I can easily test it right now, basically. How much DPS does it grant? Like 14.5, and the flat kinetic damage. Let's check. I don't have many jinx. I crafted a lot. Yeah, the kinetic damage should be worse. Like this one should be a tier 1. Yeah, it's tier 1, and we bust this one up. And it's less damage. Like minion damage is better. I don't change it in the video now, so it doesn't take that long. But yeah, with minion damage is over 10 quintillion, like it saw before. We got nuclear in here to convert kinetic to nuclear. We got another 40% on the passive tree, like here. Extra conversion for 100% conversion. We got Necromancer for minion power, additional attacks, Unseen Strike, and Steam Hammer as a setup with a Titan Bulwark, of course. Very powerful. Then we got a support to Turbine Blades. You have to self-use it if I change something like this one. Or even just the minion armor. The armor regain. Like, it's a huge DPS loss if I use another Bulwark in here. Like, huge DPS loss. So I self-use it. Yeah, basically takes away the weapon, and some of the mods are local to the Titan Bulwark, I guess. And not global for the Turbine Blades. That might be the reason. And I lose stats that way. So self-using is better for a support weapon here. We got AoE and range because we don't have the minion power scaling like of the Titan Bulwark. We need more range. So with these two supports, we have a little bit more range even than the main Turbine Blades, like 2K80 and 2113 here for the support. So you basically need those two. I got Corrode and Nuke for our 2 viruses. I got additional attacks and armor and hit. Yeah, those are not really necessary, but yeah, it's still like you instantly go full if you take damage in any way. Yeah, very nice. Support. Then I got 2 titanium shields. They're exactly the same with increased mass. Octron mod. I probably would prefer a dodge shield like this one with increased mass, but I don't have one. Like with 2 of those, I kept my dodge, and I think at some point, if you cannot tank the damage, it's better to just don't get hit. And if you kept dodge, you don't get hit that often. So if some projectile might come through and doesn't hit your bulwark, dodging it is better than dying from it if it could one-shot you anyway. So yeah, Phantom Shield, I would prefer it personally, but that's not for everyone. Yeah, 2 times the same thing. For the Nexus, all mods, kinetic nuclear damage, attack speed is a worse mod here for me. The time and mass seems to work better, and increased mass. Then we got a +4 chip engine here. I used 50% more damage over time before, but this one is worse than 2 chips if you don't lose DPS from those remaining slots. And I didn't have anything, just some random defensive stuff. Like, who cares if you can deal over 10 quintillion DPS? So I added two more chips, and yeah, I would even use 6 chips here because I just used diamond and field here to have some resist at least. Um, yeah. But yeah, it's purely offensive. Like everything of those stats is global, works for the main weapon. So I take it to that spec because that's OP, and two random chips here. With yeah, that's basically the baseline of chips here. With these 3 prefixes and these 3 suffixes. Sometimes it changes. At some point, something gets too strong, and you get something like minion attack speed, for example, might be better than critical strike damage at some point. Like a few mods change over time. The more you have of it, it gets less effective, and another step might be better for you. So if you craft chips, don't make them everything exactly. Some other stats might be better for you at some point. Like at 1k, at 1000 critical strike multiplier, for example, it would be worth to get an additional 25% than on 500, for example. That's it. That's pretty obvious, I would guess. Okay, Papyrus here. Very, very strong in the setup because we use Aurora Bulwark, and this one equips your core. So the Bulwark equips this item, the Papyrus, so it gains 60% more effect of your fields, or 20 and 40. Tiny difference because everything is multiplicative in this game. And this one has 74% more field effect. This one, the field, has 41% more effect of your fields, and this would make something like lethality here very strong. That's like 400 critical strike multiplier, a little bit more, 430, something like that. And yeah, my crit chance is basically kept with this one alone. Like it's 90% crit, 91% crit from this one alone. Like you see, it's a lot of damage here. Mass, it's a lot of damage as well. And luck, very important. Huge amount of damage, as you can see. That's the difference, because luck affects the chance for additional attack, like that's nice, and especially Unseen Strike. Like the 20% chance to repeat initial time is probably 100% for me. So I always repeat 8 times and don't have a 20% chance with it, thanks to the luck. And yeah, I got like 571% luck here. That's a lot. More luck wouldn't help me anymore. I'm basically kept with all the luck stats. And time here, time is the weakest one, but yeah, there's nothing better to use than time. So I use time because why not? It's still 54% more DPS. Why not? So that's the gear setup. I covered some chips, and basically it. Like all the strong nodes for few points, like this one, 48% more damage, 3 points. Yeah, you take it. This one, very strong, 150% more damage in the setup. Like you basically have to take them. Same with minion power. It's way too strong for 2 points. For just 2 points. Yeah, it's too strong. I mean, I have some options for like a 5-point chip here. I don't get that much DPS from a normal chip. Like if I remove these points and I don't know, something like that. Like that's a huge DPS loss compared to another chip. Like at some point it's not possible. Those points here are not that strong, but still it's fine. 51% for 4 points. It's strong. But if you have to drop something like a chip for 4 points might be better for you under some circumstances. Like if you don't have this chip, for example, like it basically takes 4 points and have the option with that, a chip might be better than this node here. Just test it around. Yeah, I don't even have the time scaling things. I had more time earlier. because they are not so powerful for me at this stage. Yeah, it's not a big DPS boost comparatively. Yeah, it's one minion attack speed, damage over time, standard stuff. Importance is Soulstone. I use Bulwark of the Colossus. I tried other ones. I tried the Overdodge one and the 4% more damage per chip. I tried that one and doubling the Turbine with 50% more damage over time, and everything was worse than Balu's Soulstone. Yeah, I got a nice tip from Paul, someone in the games Discord. Very, very, very smart guy, and this one changed a lot of my gear, and I basically gained like 5 quintillion DPS, like I doubled my DPS thanks to the chip change. Yeah, Bulwark of the Colossus is very strong if you have a kinetic weapon on a Bulwark. So, rare case, but in that case, it's very strong. Build around it. Yeah, another chip and more minion power. And we got our first empowered chip. Let's start with this one. This is the most important one. So we got +1 level of all mods, more nuclear damage, minions more damage, increased mass, 9% chance to deal double damage. You need this mod one time on an empowered chip, and 8% more damage over time. Yeah, that's the setup for the first chip. With the 9% chance to deal double damage and all the luck, I kept my double damage chance, so I don't need this mod more than once. In some cases, if you have worse gear, etc., you might want this mod 2 times. Or maybe even 3 times, but in the end, you only want it 1 time. And yeah, that was the biggest setup for this one here, but the next one will look a lot different, like this one. I got minion attack speed here. I don't have math on here, and I have increased damage over time because on this one, with all the other stuff, increased math, etc., was worse for me than increased attack speed. Like, it was crazy. I didn't believe it, but my Jinx said it's stronger this way. So I believe my Jinx dies. So yeah, and +2 level of field mods. Like, you need the +2 level of field mods once. I only have it once. There seems to be some breakpoint where I gain a lot of DPS from the +2 levels. And the next +2 levels don't grant me that much DPS or DPS at all, like a bit. But I think with this one I reached my luck cap, basically. And after that my luck is capped. I don't benefit more from my luck. Let's say it that way, like luck isn't capped, but the benefit from luck. And it doesn't seem like I gain a much more damage from level to all field mods compared to something like 8% more nuclear damage, for example. So yeah, that's another one. And we got another empowered chip here. This looks different as well. In this case, 6 mass was stronger than the minion attack speed. I don't know. Sometimes it's a case. I crafted several empowered chips with different mods and used the best ones in my setup. And this is what I came up with. Just test around, scout the mods, but something like plus levels, more nuclear damage, units deal more damage, field mods is very strong, more damage over time. That's basically set, and the last 1 or 2 remaining mods, it depends on your other chips and stuff like that. This one is not important, it's not much damage, but the best two remaining points I could use. So another chip. Yeah, I got some area of effect here instead of minion damage, because minion damage was the worst prefix. Yeah, to get some range, and I think I got some other one as well with some range or something, or area of effect. Maybe I overlooked it. Maybe I only use one now, because I got some minion power. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's all the range or area I have on ships, like one mod. Really? Yeah, might be the case. No, I got 7% increased range on this one here. Okay. Yeah, 7% range and 10% AoE. That was enough for that from the looks of it. And 7% range here. Okay. 3 prefixes for range or area of effect. Depends on how much of each set you have. One of those two is better for range. just test around. So yeah, that's the setup. That's the highest DPS build I've seen so far. I hope someone comes up with something with even more DPS, so I can learn even more about the game and how to scale stuff, etc. I think I got a very good idea how to scale my damage here, and I still always learn from trial and error and from experience from other very good players. There are some very smart guys here that know a lot about the game and can do math, are smart guys. And yeah, it's not a solo project. Like I did a lot, like most of it solo. Um, but of course there are a lot of tips for adjustment, especially with the mass stuff, with this soulstone. Like I wouldn't deal that much DPS without help of others. Like no. Because sometimes you don't think about something. Like uh, you got some brain fog, something like that, or even don't know the item exists. Like I didn't have a single soulstone with that mod. Man, crazy. Let's do it that way. Let's end the video here with tier 1 minion damage. Okay. I got so many dice of those, I can just spam them. I don't need to play anymore. Okay, let's get the real weapon back. This one was stronger, and we got our 10 point. I don't know. It seems like I gained some damage even. Why making the video? I don't know. 10.6 quintillion damage. Like, it's insanely good. Yeah, that's the build. Turbine blades, very, very strong. Bulwarks, very OP. Yeah. Next one won't be a Bulwark build, I guess, like, and lower DPS, but maybe fun and interesting. Doing other stuff. Have a nice day. Bye bye.